Hey everybody, welcome to Monsoon Live right here on YouTube. I'm your host, Jeffrey Monsoon Mysick, and right now my guest this time via Skype from Florida, our buddy Travis Lee Hartman. Let's give Travis a call. Hey Travis, good to see you again, man. Welcome to Monsoon Live.
Hey man, it's great to be back. Anytime that I can come on the show, I'm all about it.
Well, what have you been up to since the last time we talked, which was almost over a year ago? What have you been up to, man?
Honestly, just traveling the world with my girlfriend. She's a professional tennis player. I moved to Orlando, so that's where I'm at right now, sunny Orlando, Florida. I also fought in August. Me and my brother both, as professional athletes, both fought on the same card for the first time in our entire career. And if you don't know, my brother is Drew Hartman. He's currently undefeated as a pro, 8-0. And then we both won the same night, so that made the night, that much more special. And the really cool thing was that leading up to that event in August when me and Drew both competed, it was in Topeka, Kansas. Little did I know, my girlfriend was following me around with a GoPro, like about 2 weeks before the event, all leading up to it, and taking a whole bunch of footage. And then she took all this live footage the night of the fight just to kind of have that memory for us when we go and look back at this. And it turned out to be like a 30-minute documentary, and we haven't released it yet, but it's pretty freaking awesome. Like, I can't believe, like, she's got another career in film or something else because she did it all by herself with her MacBook, her GoPro, and all that stuff. So that was pretty cool, I have to say. That's probably the coolest thing that I can think of right off the top of my head in the last year that we've done was competing with my little brother professionally on the same night, same card. And both of us coming away with wins. The journey was cool, but we both actually won that night too, so that was extra special.
Well, do you have any fights lined up in the coming in 2017, or are you winding down, as you said you might?
Well, I mean, I got that fire still to fight, so that's not a problem. And I mean, I'm 33. And I live a great, healthy life, meaning, I don't smoke, I don't drink excessively, I don't abuse drugs, never done any of that stuff. So, like, I'm in still really good shape for a 33-year-old, which I say that like it's old. That's not even close to being old. But as we talk about professional athletes, that can be old. But, no, I feel great. But, like I tell everybody when I talk about this, I say I had 170 amateur fights. I've had 38 pro fights now. I knock on wood, thank God, upstairs that I still speak okay, and I feel like my face is still okay, for the most part. but yeah, I'm closer to finishing than I am starting. That's for sure. I think I'm on the last end of it, just because I don't want to chance it anymore. Because let's be honest, guys, every time we step in the ring as a professional boxer, I mean, your life really is on the line. I mean, there's fighters that I know that are younger than me that have died in the ring. So I don't want to get too drastic, but. I knock on wood, and I thank God that boxing has brought me everything. But competing, it needs to come to an end at some point, and I want to be the person to choose when it comes to an end. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that person that hangs on too long and stuff like that.
Well, how's Hartman Promotions going? Your promotion company going? I know I've been talking to Jason. How's everything going with the company?
Yeah, it's going amazing. Obviously, my star pupil now, though, is my younger brother. So, undefeated 8-0, Midwest kid. It's going phenomenal. Jason just had his comeback fight as well. I'm more of a friend, advisor type of basis with him, essentially, because that kid's had it rough. He's had it quite rough, just his upbringing and the boxing world as well. So, he calls me and wants some honesty, and I give it to him. I give him some advice anytime he needs it, because he knows he can trust me. I'm a genuine, honest guy, and I give it to people straight. And if I care about you, I definitely will be honest with you. And that's kind of me and Jason's relationship. I'm happy to see him back on the win track. I mean, the guy hadn't fought, I think, over a year or so. So he came back with a big win, and I hope that he does good. And he knows that he has TH management behind his back 100%. I'm also, so because of the Muhammad Ali Act, I'm not allowed to promote shows and be a manager. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking to find somebody within our company, not within our company, but with a relationship with our company to promote some shows locally in St. Joe. So I'm looking to have not a Team Hartman promotion, but a collaboration, I guess you could say. Somebody that I can work with, that I personally worked with before, to promote the show and have my fighters on the show. but I want to do it locally, meaning in Missouri. So that's why I have a couple fighters there that are undefeated. My brother is one of them. Anthony Ferry is another one. He's 2-0. So I have a lot of guys that are just coming up, and that's kind of where I'm putting all my energy into that because I'm a younger guy anyway, so I'm hungry. So I don't mind building a guy from the ground up instead of trying to latch on to somebody that's already there, you know. So that's going really well. I mean, I have a bright future. My younger brother is, like I said, he's 8-0. The kid's a good-looking kid. The kid is just a phenomenal boxer. He's smart. He's talented. I mean, the sky's the limit for him. And if the sky's the limit for him, that means the sky's the limit for our company. So that's kind of where we're putting everything into right now is him and then the other guys that I'm building up as well.
Now I gotta ask, do you find it hard to, as he's your younger brother, when you watch him fight, do you want to like give him advice? And I know you're probably on the sidelines watching. Do you find it hard to try to get in there? Hey, bro, do this. Like, what goes through your mind?
I mean, that's a good question. But what most people don't know is that I actually helped train Drew as well. So I am in his corner. I'm his second. We have a head trainer, Marcos Ramirez, who former fighter himself, professional, was 25-1 as a pro. His only loss was the Yoriokis Gamboa. So my brother has me and this other guy, Marcos Ramirez, in his corner. Plus my dad is the third man. So back to your question, no, it's not hard for me because I do say stuff if I need to say it. But it is stressful. I tell everybody, and the same goes for Drew when he talks about this. It's stressful. It's my brother. Like, I don't want him to win for my business of TH Management. I want him to win because he's my brother, and I want to see him successful. So, and it's out of my control once he steps in that ring. So that's the hardest part. I don't have any control, and watching that is just, it's more stress on me watching him fight than me actually fighting. And that's because of the control issue. When I'm fighting, I don't care because I'm controlling it. You know what I mean? For the most part, I know what to do and to do it. But when he's in there, I mean, it's up to him to control that. So that's the most stressful part. And it's not an easy sport. I mean, this is a violent sport. It's controlled chaos, but it's still pretty violent. So it's tough watching my brother in there. But so far, I mean, his last fight was his toughest fight to date, and that kid was dang good. It was a 6-round decision in my brother's favor, but it was tough to watch because that kid. If my brother hadn't trained as hard as he did, that kid could have very easily beat me. But my brother was in the best shape I've ever seen this kid in. And what you probably know, maybe talking to other boxers as well, is that a lot of these fighters, especially coming up, boxing's not their full-time job. You know what I mean? Like, boxing's not my brother's full-time job. So my brother was working a full-time job. He works for Google Fiber, so it's not quite construction, but it is. He's doing outside stuff with Google Fiber and installing things and running lines and stuff like that. So he's got a very taxing job where he's out during the heat. It was August. He was working out in 90 temperatures, and then he was going to the gym and training his butt off. So a lot of people don't know that about boxers, professional boxers. It's not a sport to where at the beginning you're not doing it full time.
Well, I gotta ask. I know besides all your promotional work and training with your brother, what's this other gig I heard you when we were messaging back and forth that you now have? Is it like a weekly radio show or something? What's up with that?
Actually, I have a couple of different things that I do, but right after this show, I've actually been doing this show for about 8.5 years. It's a weekly radio show. It's out of California. It's an hour-long show. It's once a week, every Sunday. And we've had, you name it, we've had them on the show. We've had Roy Jones Jr., we've had Angelo Dundee, we've had Riddick Bowe, we've had Roy Jones Jr., Andre Ward, you name it. And today we're having John Molina, who's getting ready to fight Terrence Crawford. So, it's a great show. And as you know, I can't stop talking when it comes to boxing. You just ask me one simple question, I just go off on rants because I love talking boxing. It's in my blood. It's in my soul, I guess. It's not even my blood because it wasn't before me, but it's just deep inside me. It's a passion that I have, and I know that you love boxing as well. So but I've also, I can't say exactly what I've been doing. It actually has nothing to do with boxing, which is a surprise of me, but I created an application for cell phones that we will be releasing in January. And it actually has nothing to do with sports or boxing, believe it or not. But it'll be a big announcement, and that'll be the 1st of January. So I definitely will keep you in the loop with that. But that's something that I've been working on for like 3 years, actually. And it's finally it's coming to fruition, and it'll be finished beginning to middle of January.
Well, definitely got to keep us in the loop. My last question, because coming from your perspective, this whole Conor McGregor event, as I like to call it now, what's your take on this? Should he box Mayweather, or should he actually box that Paul guy who, like, he easily gets beaten all the time? But do you think somebody should step up and silence McGregor?
Here's the deal. If Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather actually fight, in my opinion, it will be the biggest fraud in the fight game industry, in the history of boxing, in the history of any fights, whether it be MMA or professional boxing. It'll be the biggest fraud, meaning that Floyd Mayweather, we're talking about Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather in a boxing ring. Hands down, Floyd Mayweather dominates him. I mean, makes him look like a fool. I like Conor McGregor. I don't even like the MMA, but that guy, I attract to him because, like, I watch his lead up. The guy's a hard worker. The guy is what's great about the fight game, because he's a really hard worker. He's charismatic. I love the guy. But if he gets in a boxing room with Floyd Mayweather, he's easily losing. And the general public is going to be ripped off so much because these two, in Conor McGregor's point and Floyd Mayweather's point, it's good for them. They're going to be laughing their way to the bank because they ripped off everybody, because people will buy this.
Mm-hmm.
I know what's going to happen. I might buy it still because it's that big of a spectacle, but it's the biggest ripoff in the history of the fight game, meaning it's not even a shot. I genuinely believe that Conor McGregor couldn't beat a high-level national amateur champion. I genuinely believe a high-level amateur national champion would wax Conor McGregor. And that's no fault to him. He's an MMA guy. He's not a boxer. He has limited boxing ability, and the fight game, the boxing game, is so much different than MMA. It really is. It's a separate entity completely. It's stand-up. There's so much of a science. There's so much of a technique to it. And Conor McGregor doesn't know what he's getting into. And actually, he does know what he's getting into, guys. He's going to make probably like $100 million if he does it. Why wouldn't he do it? If he's serious about it, though, I'll tell you this. If he's actually serious about it, he should take on Paulie Malignaggi. He should fight Paulie Malignaggi, because if he can beat Paulie Malignaggi, who I think would kill him, because Paulie Malignaggi is one of the slickest boxers that I know. Mm-hmm. He's slick. If he can beat Paulie Malignaggi in a boxing ring, I'll buy the Floyd Mayweather fight, 100%. But I promise you he won't even come close to beating Paulie Malignaggi, who is a semi-retired professional athlete as well. So fight Paulie Malignaggi. If Conor wants to be serious and not rip off the public, fight a fight before Mayweather to show everybody that you can fight. Earn that right to fight Floyd Mayweather, because he is a great. Earn that right. You're 0-0 as a pro boxer. And the funny thing is that the Las Vegas Commission, they won't even give him a boxing license and sanction a guy who is 0-0 as a professional boxer against a guy who's 49-0 as a professional boxer. It doesn't make sense. It's almost ludicrous to think that a guy who is 0-0 can fight an all-time great. Because let's be honest, Mayweather's an all-time great. Mm-hmm. Hate him or love him, the guy's an all-time great, period. And it's almost a slap in the face that Conor McGregor is even being serious that this fight might happen. But I'm not kidding. This fight might happen, guys. This fight legit might happen, because it's enough of a spectacle right now. We're talking about it with you on the radio. Yeah. Everybody's talking about it. People are going to probably buy it. And like I said, I'm guilty as the next, because I'll probably buy it just to see what'll happen. You know, it's like we all knew the movie The Titanic. We knew what happened. We knew that it. Yeah. Because we all knew that, right? We still went and saw the movie because it was entertaining. It was the build-up. It was all that. Can you imagine the build-up to a Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight? I mean, that would be worth the money right there, to watch that build-up of a press conference for like a month. I mean, I would buy that.
Well, you've heard it from the horse's mouth. I'll say it right now. Travis, thank you again for always being on the show. Always love having you. And good luck with everything going on with Drew and Hartman Promotions. And yes, to all the Philly fans, he is wearing Dallas Cowboys. Gotta love it. So, man, thanks for being on the show. And definitely keep us up to date on everything going on with you guys. And you're always more than welcome to come back on this show, buddy.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you having me back. And I just want to let all the Eagles fans know that I've been a diehard Cowboy fan since the beginning of the 90s and the late 80s. So not just a bandwagoner. So everybody that knows me knows that I've loved them through the crappy last 20 years that we've had. So I earned the right to wear this hat.
All right,
Guys.
take it easy, buddy.